Play. Tardy slip. I'm going to give you guys, you probably hear my, I'm so tired. You probably hear my, what's that thing called? Microwave in the background because my tea is not ready because I'm moving in slow motion. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. You know why I'm moving in slow motion? Because my son and I were quite irresponsible yesterday. And I don't know if it's real irresponsibility from a child, but for me, it was definitely irresponsible. I went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning. What I was doing, you ask? I'll tell you. Just give me 1 minute. Let me grab my tea. I'm so exhausted, darling. My head hurts right here. You know how when you're so sleepy that the muscles that it takes to keep your eyes open, when your eye muscles hurt, you know you tired when. I'll be right back. Just give me a sec. And I'm about to burn my hand. Oh, Lord, that's hot. Good morning, good afternoon. What a beautiful day somewhere in America. Not here, not right now. I'm in the background talking to myself. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Hopefully you can. I'm screaming through the house. Wow, did I get my tea? It's too hot. Oh, it's hot. Hot. Might want to be careful. Where'd the pup go? Oh, there you are, Nugget. All right, I'm back. Oh, I was responsible. That's why I'm exhausted. Oh, I wasn't responsible. I'm going to tell you, I was not responsible. Why? You know why I say I wasn't responsible? Y'all will appreciate this, Karen, Darlene, because this is what I was doing till 5 o'clock in the morning. Why was I doing it till 5 o'clock in the morning? And this is all that I got done. Because I get obsessed. Do you know how many times I took this apart, put it together, took it apart, do you know that I would get about this much finished and take it apart and start over, and then get this much, take it apart and start over, all dang day. I spent taking this apart and starting over. And I'm sitting here now. When I finished last night, my hands were like this. I could barely move my hands. They were so sore. I was stretching them and doing my little wrist and hand. And I thought about a friend of mine who talked about me reading a book. When I was reading, I'm a voracious reader. I've realized that I do everything voraciously. When I start reading, I don't put the book down. I don't put it down. I'm up all night. I wake up in the middle of the night to read. I want to get to the end of the story. When I start knitting, I don't put it down. That's why I knit hats on a loom. Swoop, 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 it's done. I can get to the end. Yes, I see my accomplishment. Fantastic. Yay, I'm done. Look at my end product. Do you know that this is an exercise of patience? I don't have patience. People look at me, some people, I don't know, they're wrong, but some people look at me and say, oh my God, Kai, you're so patient. I'm not patient. I am not patient at all. People see how I deal with my son and they say, "You're so patient with him." I'm not patient. I'm tired. There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm exhausted. That's not patience. That's exhaustion. My cousin Aisha, she's patient. She's patient. I'm not patient. Well, she might be exhausted too, but she's patient. I am not. I'm exhausted. I don't have the patience to knit a scarf that's 4 feet long. My mother told me when I was first starting to knit that if I'm charging people, I need to charge people for my time. No, man, do you know how much this scarf would cost when I finish it? Do you know that this scarf, let me see, I spent 12 hours at least yesterday taking it apart and putting it together. How much are my hours worth? Let's say my hours are worth. My knitting hours, let's say, just for ease of numbers, $10 an hour. I know it's not $10. We're going to say $20 an hour. And it took me 12 hours. What's that, $240? So you want this hand knit scarf from me, and it's not done. So you got to add a couple extra hours on there. You want this hand knit scarf from me. Minimally, if I charged you for my time, minimally, it would be $240. You can't run around charging folks $240 because you can't get it right. Oh, so tired. Stop claiming what, Rose? Stop claiming that I'm not patient. I saw your rap, Karen, and look, you know what? And I saw people commenting on your rap like, "Oh, it's beautiful. You did a great job, blah, blah, blah," right? You know, when I saw your rap, I saw time. That's what I saw. I saw time. I was like, "Oh, wow, that looks like a lot of hours. That looks like that took forever." Good morning, Susanna. I started a baby skirt yesterday and I'm almost finished. When she wakes up, I need to try it on her so I can fit. Girl, look. The other day, so I started working on, that's okay, Susanna. We're not going to be here for too long today. I haven't had any sleep, so we're going to be here for a short Sunday tea time. That tea time where grandmama comes downstairs, serves you your tea, sends you to the table, and she goes back upstairs to relax. I don't think she ever did that, but she probably should have. She probably should have given herself a break. Oh my gosh. I was knitting the blanket, right? And the blanket was taking so long to do. Oh my God, guys, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. I'm yawning at the table. That's just wrong. But you know I'm tired. This mug doesn't need to say get your cousin. It needs to say get your girl, get your sister, because your sister was tripping, staying up all night. And then the boy stayed up too. But the boy was, good morning, Tobiah. I know I skipped over. Look, I'm tired. Y'all work with me here. The boy stayed up too, but the boy was staying up playing video games with two of his friends, and then his brother and his brother's friend. So I thought that was really fantastic that here he is hanging out with his brother on the video game and his brother's friend who he knows. His name is Yodi, but we call him Fancy. Well, ATM started calling him Fancy because when ATM met him, he dressed fancy. So that was his nickname for him. Fancy in comparison to my son. Yodi always had on a button up and, slacks, and not fancy, but just fancy for the young age, right? My son was in jeans and a t-shirt, and Yodi was walking around in, fancy. Not all the time. What about the cost of yarn? I know, Karen, that's the thing. Minimally $240. That's just for the hours. Now you got to add in the cost of the yarn and creativity and whatever else, right? That's what I'm saying. I can't charge for my time. I need to charge for the cost of yarn. I need to charge for what the average cost of a hand knit scarf is, because I'm taking 12 hours, take it apart, put it together, take it apart, put it together. Now that won't be forever, but like I said yesterday, I just learned to knit with the needles. I just learned to do that. So if I were knitting a scarf on the loom, this scarf would have been done halfway through the day yesterday. It would have been done. Whip, done. I mean, it's not that fast. I make mistakes there. I take it apart there too. But it would have been a lot faster than this because this is a learning process. But this scarf is not being made for sale. This scarf is for me. This scarf, Darlene, if you're still here, this scarf is one that I'm making to wear with that beautiful beige camel colored jacket that you gave me. I want to wear it with this pink scarf and a pink hat. I think that'd be pretty. And I'm going to make a cream colored hat and scarf to go with it as well. I'm about to set my mouth on fire with this hot tea. Anyway, I forgot where I was, y'all. I'm so tired. So we talked about self-love and self-care yesterday. And my self-love, self-care, I enjoy the knitting. Now my hands hurt. I feel like I'm getting arthritis. I know that's not how you say it. I feel like I'm getting arthritis. I know it's probably just because I have not worked my hands like that, but I do need to be careful. Carpal tunnel is a real thing. Arthritis is a real thing, right? I have to be careful. I have to do my hand exercises. I can't overwork my hands. I can't overwork any part of my body, right? But I dive into it and I enjoy it. And I'm laying there on the couch, knitting and knitting and knitting. Then I'm sitting up and knitting and knitting and knitting. And I'm enjoying it. And nothing else got done. I have a pot of chili that we've been eating. I didn't need to cook. The boy made breakfast. You guys saw me have breakfast at the dinner table. At the tea time table. I dived into it. And as tired as I am today, I got up this morning and I'm looking at this scarf and I'm like, this is so beautiful. I love it. Now, I also want to say, part of the reason I had to take it apart and put it together and take it apart and put it together is because, you know that saying, don't bite off more than you can chew? You're overdoing it. You're doing too much. All of those sayings. I don't know how. I just learned how to knit with needles. And rather than doing the simple knit stitch, I had practiced the simple knit stitch like the day before, Friday night. So yesterday, I called myself getting ready to do something else. Nope, I went online, I got a pattern, and I decided that I was going to work that pattern. 6-7 hours later, I was like, you know what? You're doing too much, Kai. Just do the dang simple knit stitch. Why you gotta be an overachiever? The very first thing you knit with the needles does not have to be by some elaborate pattern, girl. Put it down. Step off the ledge. Stop trying to do too much. Stop trying to do too much. That's not to say that next year I won't be knitting initials in these scarves. That's not to say that. But everybody starts somewhere. Everybody starts somewhere. My son told me that he didn't want to be on the basketball team, that he had tried to play basketball. But when he went out for the intramural basketball team, all those kids were really good at basketball. And I was like, yeah. But babe, everybody starts someplace. You're going to be bad at something until you're good at it. Not everything that you do in life is going to come absolutely naturally. You're going to have to work at some things. And you're going to have to allow yourself the opportunity to learn that thing that you're trying to do. Now, I could have, like I almost did. I could have been like, nah, hell no, I'm going back to the loom. I already know how to do it. I'm going back to the loom. This scarf can be done in a matter of minutes. Not really. I'm exaggerating slightly. But you gotta start somewhere and allow yourself the time to learn and improve and grow and perfect. You can't come out of the box thinking you about to come out the blocks. Sorry, you can't come out the blocks thinking you about to win the 100-meter dash right off the couch. You cannot think that you can just get up off the couch, out of the pandemic, out of the isolation of being at home, and go run a 5K. When was the last time you put your tennis shoes on? Stop doing too much. Stop loading up your bag so heavy that you can't even carry it. Ken says, I can't even read a crochet pattern. You may want to come to terms with the fact that you are all you need to be right now without anything extra. I am fine with being, no, Mom, this is not about that. This is not about that. I am fine with that. I just know what I want. And I'm like, oh, I got that. Let me move on. No, girl, slow down. You don't have it. This is not about not being all I need to be or not being happy with. It's not that. It's like, I really love this. I want this other pattern. It's not about not accepting where I am. It's about thinking I am further than I am. It's not about not accepting that this is what I am. This is where I am, or I'm happy with myself. I'm very, very, very happy with myself. I actually, guys, had the most fantastic day yesterday with my son. Multiple times during the day. He came to the tea time so well. It was perfect. I don't mind a little bit of the back and forth banter between the two of us. I think that with all of my kids, that is the beauty and the pain of our relationship. There's always this little bit of a back and forth. For some people, it's too much, but for us, the youngest one struggles with knowing how to toe the line. He struggles with that, but that's his own little uniqueness that causes the struggle. We're working with him on that. But the older two, they knew the line. They rarely told it. They rarely told that line. They did toe the line. Actually, in this point of extreme exhaustion, and I'm not really sure what that saying means. And later on, when I'm fully awake, I think I will know what that saying means. But right now, I'm like, wait, are they towing the line? Are they not? I don't really know. Are they supposed to be staying on it? Walk the line? Listen, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, they don't cross the line. The older ones don't cross the line. If they do, sometimes it's an accident and they're like, ooh, sorry, no, forgot I was talking to you, Mama. This younger one was still working on it. He woke up this morning. He's so exhausted. I went to bed at about 5 something. He went to bed maybe 4, right? He's so tired. And he's coming to me like, I'm so tired, Mom. I'm like, boy, go to bed. He's like, I know, but I haven't played with my friends in a while all week long. And, and he was playing with his brother. He's not going to tell me that that's what he was excited about, but I know it is. That's a beautiful relationship. Hold on, let me go backwards. That wrap was about $70 and about 3+ hours a day for a week. $70 in yarn? Girl, you'd be buying too expensive of yarn, right? The blanket that I'm making for my son, I bought the yarn on clearance. It's $5 a spool. I think by the time I finished the, it was $5 for the skein, and the skein was the equivalent of 4 rolls of yarn because it was a big one. $5. Buy it on clearance, girl. You better start buying the clearance yarn. Go to the clearance yarn and pick the yarn, the most beautiful clearance yarn, and use that. But you already know. You're an expert at this stuff, not me. I'm just learning. I got a whole bunch of clearance yarn that I don't think I'll be using because it's going to take forever to knit it. But anyway, he woke up this morning exhausted. And he still had to tend to the dog. Oh, man, if that boy could curse, he would have been cursing all throughout the house this morning. So we have to have a conversation because he's like yelling at the dog and yelling at the door, and he's tired. He's dropping stuff. He's kicking stuff over. He's getting mad because he kicked the dog bowl and knocked the water, and now his foot hurts. And I'm like, oh my God, man, I'm tired too. But geez, you can't wake up mad because you didn't go to bed on time. The dog is still on his same program. When you get off of your program, when you choose to be off of your program, don't be mad at everybody else that's still on the same program they were on the day before. You were doing too much. They weren't. They went to bed on time. The dog was in his crate at his bedtime. He got up at the regular time he wakes up. He let you sleep through the night. And all I could think about is when I had babies and I would choose to stay up all night instead of going to bed when the baby went to bed. That baby woke up at the same time every morning, and now I'm exhausted. Is it the baby's fault? Is it my fault? You're doing too much. You know Sunday is a day for relaxation. Why not do Sunday? No, I couldn't have done this on Sunday, y'all. I would have been too exhausted for work tomorrow. I'm about to take a nap in about 30 minutes. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Mom, I know you put stuff together, take it apart, put it together, take it apart. Excuse me, on a regular basis, right? It's what you do when you're creative. That's what you do. And it's so funny because my sister Charmin, she's creative, but she's like, whatever, it's got a mistake. Nothing I make is perfect. Move on. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'll get most of the way done. I would get up to about here, about 2 inches done, 3 inches done. And then I'll look back and see a little gap in the stitches. And I'm like, ugh. So I'm not far enough along to not go back. Now here, I'm not taking this apart. So if there are any mistakes from here on, I'm likely to have a scarf with some mistakes in it. I'm not starting over from there. That's not about to happen. Then why do you feel it is necessary to succeed at the hardest pattern as opposed to a basic pattern? Could it be a need to prove your No. First of all, it's not a hard pattern. That's what you don't understand, Mom. The pattern I was doing wasn't hard. It was quite simple. It's just that I don't know what I'm doing. So it's not the hardest. And I don't have a need to succeed. I have a want to succeed because I want the appearance of the finished product that has the pattern. Instead of the appearance of this product that there's a difference in how things look if I'm doing just a simple knit stitch. If I change the stitch up throughout the scarf, I can create a different look. I wanted the other look. So the other pattern was just basically going to give me about a 5-inch ending and beginning, so that there would be on the end of the scarf, it would look one way, and then the whole rest of it, most of it would be this simple stitch, and then the last 5 inches would be like the first 5, a border, but only on the ends. That's not complicated. It's not complicated, and I could do it I've done it on the loom. I just haven't done it on here. So I did in the end say, you know what, let this first scarf just be a simple knit all the way through. Once you know what the simple knit looks like, then the next scarf, you can do that pattern with the 5 inches of a border. Yes, but I started with, oh wait. Then why do you feel it's necessary to succeed? Oh, I read that. After we move, I'll post my yarn stash. Good luck. Not a kill. Oh, no. Girl, I got these big old huge bins of look. It was like when I was sewing and I had a ridiculous stash of fabric, and before I moved out here, I gave the fabric away. Yes, but I started with simple and worked up to complicated, perfecting each stage before going to the next. My plan is to finish the skirt and make a matching headband. So feeling it happy. Oh, nice. And then slow down and pay attention. Feeling free and okay, thank you. You know what? That's the thing, Mom. It is about slowing down. It's not about slowing down, paying attention. It's about slowing down, period. I am an overachiever. I've been that way my whole life. I've always want and think I can do more than what I can actually do right now, but I want more. I want to get to that next stage. So sometimes I think I'm there when I'm not. And you have to be able to check yourself. So yesterday, that's what I did. You should be proud of me. I checked myself like, girl, you are tripping. That's not where you are today. That's not where your skill set is. So go back to the knit. And that's how I finished took over half of the day and went back. It's not just about the knitting though. My story is about knitting. But you can apply this to anything in your life. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, that you want to do it, but allow yourself the time to perfect it. And perfect still doesn't have to mean perfect. Perfect for me may not mean perfect for you. Perfect for you doesn't mean perfect for me. Karen posted a picture of her shawl that she did, and she commented on there. And I'm gonna talk about you for a second, Karen. I mean, I started talking about you, then told you I was gonna talk about you, but anyway. So she posted on there about how she has some imperfections in it or whatever. There's two things I want to say about that. Stop posting disclaimers about yourself and stuff. And I'm telling you this. Somebody told me just recently. Charmin told me this recently. Elaine told me this. Auntie Elaine, I'm saying this in terms of your relationship with them, told me this just recently. Lots of people have told me. You guys have all told me this recently. So I'm telling you, stop posting. Stop claiming the imperfections. We don't see them. You posted something about it not being right or there being mistakes or whatever. I didn't see any mistakes. I would have never known there was mistakes if you didn't point them out to me. Don't point people to your flaws. Don't point people to your flaws. Let's see, hold on. There was something else I want to say, but I forgot. I'm really tired this morning. I drove to the Bay Area for the first time since January. Wow, traffic was bad. I spent time with my son, Brandon. Nice. I wonder if part of the bad traffic had to do with the Breonna Taylor. There was some Breonna Taylor protests, supporting protests in California. And I know that at one of the days there was some traffic that was, one of the bridges that was shut down with people or traffic or cars, I'm not sure. So explore the why of being an overachiever. And I'm proud of you and the fact that you are growing. I know, Rose, take my own advice and all of your advice. You know, Mom, I'm probably somewhat an overachiever because of my place in the family. Always having to prove myself as the younger one, prove that I am somebody, that I'm, and looking young. Always looking younger than I was, always having to prove myself, and it's partly your fault. I'm going to come back as soon as I plug this thing in because I know I left you on. It's your fault. And you want to know, how is it my fault? I know that. Just give me a second. What do you mean, where are things posted? On Facebook, I saw some stuff. Are you talking about the traffic stuff, the Breonna Taylor? I saw somebody post a photo of a bridge shut down. I'm not sure. I think it was the Richmond San Rafael Bridge in California. It was a beautiful day. People were out shopping and going to eat at the Cake Factory. Is that new? Good morning, Pam. Perfection for me, the overachieving thing, is your fault. It's my grandmother's fault. It's my father's fault. Some lessons in life we take and we convolute those lessons, twist them up and turn them into however we process them, however we want. And it may not be the way that we as parents, you guys as parents intend for us to receive them. But we receive it. I can send messages. I can give messages to my children or think that I am teaching them a particular thing. And then they come back to me later and say, "Ma, you're the one who said, yeah, but that's not what I meant." So we were taught to strive for perfection. At my grandmother's table, we would sit and write and write and write and write. And you know your mama. If we used, and I've said this here before, if we use the same word too many times in our writing, she would make us get the thesaurus and find a different word for like, find a different word for beautiful, find a different word for obnoxious, find a different word for this. Get the thesaurus, get the dictionary, get the encyclopedia. You don't know this? Go get her science books, her science textbooks, her social studies. I mean, she was a teacher, so she had all of the resources, right? If we wrote because at that point, when I was being under my grandmother's tutelage with doing our homework, she would have us, we had to write everything out with a pencil. We weren't even doing it in pen at the time. It was writing everything out with a pencil. No typewriter, no computer. And if we had too many eraser marks on our page, she would make us start over because it wasn't neat. So perfection was drilled into me at a very early age. Sitting up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to do presentations in 3rd grade for the sake of perfection, for the sake of aesthetically pleasing, making sure that the lines were perfect and that this was perfect. I mean, these were the lessons. These were the lessons that I got as a child. It has to be perfect. There has to be no mistakes. Erase 3 pages of work, start over. Because she didn't check your work when you were only finished each paragraph. You could get to, and you had to write on the front and back of your page when I was a kid, right? Probably when most of you were kids. You wrote on the front and back. So if you had too many erasure marks on the back of the page, you didn't just get to write the back over. You had to write the front and back over. And you had to hold your pencil a particular way. You see okay, you can't see it. You can't hold your pencil. Now look, the other fingers are a part of it too, but I just want you to see this finger. You can't, most of us will press like that. You can't press your finger like that. You had to hold that finger. And you had to hold this is how you were to hold the pencil. Can you guys see that? Look, I can't see if you can see me. This is how you were to hold your pencil. Ignore the fingernail. And if my finger got straight like that, nope, start over. She'd pull the pencil out of your hand. My grandmother would walk behind you and pull the pencil out of your hand. Okay? So we had to write perfection. I was in 2nd and 3rd and 4th grade. Grandmama, I'm tired. My brain can't even function anymore. I don't know what another word for like is. It's similar. I don't know what another word for that. I don't know what that means. I just know that we would be up all night long. And then in the morning, you know what she would do? She would take some witch hazel and put it on some little napkins, and she put them under our eyes. And we'd lay there for 5-10 minutes with witch hazel because we'd have puffy eyes in 3rd grade because we were up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning doing homework. I mean, I did get an A, but see, thank you, Mama. I'm not lying. Oh, Karen, so I'm going back to your comment, Karen's post. Karen posted her throw on her page, Mom. I'm connected to Karen's page. She posted her rap, on her page. Oh, there's a cake factory in Corte Madera. Ah, interesting. It must be new. I don't know about it. Yes, you were, but in stages did do that. Yeah. That stress is right, Erica. Karen says I was a victim to the pencil once, never again. Right. You just don't write around my grandmother. No, I don't want to write. No, I don't have any writing to do. Good morning, Bina. Good morning. So where do I get it from, Ma? Where do I get it from? I was raised the same way by my grandmother. She made me walk a book balancing. I can't finish that sentence because I know I've done that, balancing on my head. She did it to correct my posture. Also, read the family book on social skills. Okay, Karen's going to post it in tea time. Thank you, Karen. Right. We're walking around with dictionaries on, not any book, Tobiah, not any book, dictionary, right? And don't have ponytails in your hair. At least you didn't have ponytails. Puffy hair. Well, you probably had puffy hair, but you didn't have the ponytails. Look, if it was a good day, you had your ponytails positioned exactly correctly so that the dictionary could sit in between the ponytails and you didn't drop it, right? Sad to say I was like that with Phoenix. I mean, these are good lessons. These are good lessons. Our grandparents who taught us the family book on social skills, who taught us to hold our pencils correctly. She was trying to make sure that our hands didn't cramp up because we were writing so much. She wanted to make sure that we were able to write the full amount of whatever work we had to do without our hands hurting. Because, for real, by the time you do your finger like this and you write a 5-page paper, your fingers hurt. And sometimes we would get little blisters, right? Oh, excuse me. I have to sneeze. Don't you hate it when the sneeze won't come? Anyway, I want the sneeze to come. Anyway, so, these were lessons that were very, very valuable lessons. But for some of us, it instills in us just a subconscious overachieving characteristics. Subconscious and conscious, right? So sometimes I recognize I'm overachieving. Other times I don't. And then I catch myself, though. That's what I was doing yesterday. I was overachieving. I was like, oh, yeah, I got this. Because the night before, I had done a couple of practice runs about this much of just the knit stitch. So I was like, all right, I'm ready. Move on. I got that. Move on. Girl, do a whole project with that stitch first, then move on. Oh, you did have a ponytail. But did you have 3 ponytails? See, you have to have the 3 ponytails to buy, or at least the 2. One on each side, so the dictionary sat in the middle. And it was a thick dictionary, right? Wayne would read the dictionary to Phoenix as a bedtime story, see? But sometimes we're doing too much. We're doing too much. And that's the key. That's the key. I'm pretty sure that my grandmother did not intend on raising an overachiever. She intended on raising an achiever. That's what she did. Not an overachiever, an achiever. Someone who takes pride in their work. Someone who puts forth their best effort. Someone who recognizes that a lot of mistakes on the page is difficult for a teacher to read. She didn't want any smudge marks. That you present your best at all times. That you go to the St. Louis Muni Opera and you don't wear your hair in a big old afro because the people behind you can't see. Now, I don't agree with that, Grandmama. Who cares about the people behind me? I'm wearing my afro because that's how my hair is. My hair doesn't flow down my back like yours. Mine is afro. My grandmother didn't have any chemicals in her hair, but her hair flowed down her back. It was no chemicals in there. It just did it. That wasn't my hair, Grandmama. Okay? My hair doesn't flow down my back. It stands up on my head. The longer it gets, the higher it stands. Okay? You wear your pantyhose. You wear your skirt. You wear your dress shoes. Because you are presenting yourself in your finest at all times. No matter where you're going or how you're going or what you're doing. You always present your finest. That's what it taught me. That's, I'm sure, what she was trying to teach me. Show up. Know how to show up. And show up the right way all the time. Now, I'm pretty sure if my grandmother was alive, she'd say, that's okay, Kai. That's beautiful. That you do the best you can. Whatever, Mama. Whatever. No, that ain't what she was probably trying to teach that. You do the best you can. But a lot of times, the best I can was the smudge marks. I was fine with my smudge marks. Leave my smudge marks. I don't want to rewrite all this, Grandmama. I remember those nights. Put your best foot forward at all times. Right. But along the way, I don't think there were enough lessons, or I don't remember them. And I'm not saying this is a negative. It is not a negative. I'm not at all complaining about how my grandmother did. As a child I was. But, I did like those grades, though. I did like the end results. I'm not complaining about that. A lot of what I am able to do, a lot of my writing skills, oh no, that's all my grandmother. Sorry, Mama, you don't get any of that. That's my mama. My writing skills, completely my grandmother. My love of a dictionary, my love of a thesaurus, of an encyclopedia of research, all my grandmother. I come to this tea time table acting a plum fool most of the time because this is my relaxation. This is what I do. You guys are family and I can let my hair down. I don't have any hair, but I can let my hair down with you. And that's how I always want to come to the table, with my hair let down. But you best believe I know how to put it up. Grandmama taught me that. And it's not that is not necessarily code switching. I'm not code switching. I'm being me because I'm hair up and hair down. I am fine, beautiful, gorgeous gown and sweatpants and tennis shoes. I'm both of those things. And on any given day, I'm going to be one more than the other. Probably more the sweatpants and the t-shirt than anything. Jeans and the t-shirt, my favorite outfit. Because when you have all the options, you have choices and decide on one option or another. I'm grateful for the training I received from my grandmother and my mother. Yes, I'm grateful for it too. But my mother asked me, why do I think I need to do too much? Not in those words, but why do I think I need to do too much? Well, it's your fault, mama. The bar was set high, okay? I'm not trying to reach the low bar. I'm not trying to reach the bottom rung of the ladder. I'm at the top, damn it. Dang it. Sorry, mama. My son told me the other day I cursed too much. He's right. I do. I'm not a cursor. I got comfortable when I was going through a lot of stress. I got comfortable cursing. I'm not really a cursor. He told me I cursed too much. He's right, from the mouth of babes. I'm glad that our parents and grandparents put that effort into us. Right. I love it. And at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, actually, I didn't. So you know what? I wasn't still taking it apart at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. At that point, I had reached my stride. I had gotten my second wind. Girl, we didn't know where the low bar was. We didn't get to see the low bar. Those were those other kids. There was a low bar. We just didn't know where it was because that wasn't what we were supposed to be reaching for. We was always reaching for that high bar. Right? You know what I'm talking about. With Aunt Gloria, Elaine, Grandmama, I think you called her Grandma Elaine. Did you call her Grandma Elaine? I think you did. Or Grandma Robnette. I'm not sure. But every now and then we have to stop ourselves. And we have to remind ourselves we're not there yet. And just because we're not there yet doesn't mean we won't get there. I'm not there yet. Not yet. But I will be there. And what I produce where I am will be the best that I can do there. And that scarf is going to be beautiful. Right? Beautiful. And then the next scarf, it'll be where I am at that time. Have a wonderful Sunday and upcoming week. Big hug. And I appreciate everyone. Thank you, Susanna. You have a wonderful day too. I'm glad you made it with us live today. Go on and be fabulous today and the rest of the week. I know we'll see you in print. Anyway, know where you are. Recognize where you are. Remember, love yourself enough to be okay where you are. And I'm okay where I am. I just got to remind myself of where I am sometimes. You're not there yet. You're getting there. Not yet. Live where you are. Be where you are. And I'm sure, as much as I see this as a starter, right? When this is finished, I don't know that somebody else will look at this scarf and say it's a starter. Oh, that's a good start, Kai. No, nobody's going to look at it and say it's a good start. Nobody's going to look at your rap and say it's good except for this, except for that. And if they are looking at your stuff and saying it's good except for this and except for that, you need to just block them, okay? Unless what they're providing is constructive criticism. So, for example, if Rose was to say, oh, Kai, yeah, that is really great. I see where you did this here. And what that means is this. It means that you didn't have enough tension there, or you had too much tension there. That's constructive criticism, and that will help me grow. But when Rose was just like, girl, that's nice, but look at all those imperfections. Yeah, that ain't gonna help me grow. And I'm not saying that's what you would do, Rose. I was listening to my talk yesterday, and I want you guys to realize, I'm gonna end on this note because I'm tired, guys. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, and all of this is hurting right now because it's trying to, the muscles are trying to keep the eyes open, right? I listened to my talk yesterday, and I just want to make sure that you guys are comfortable and confident that I, a lot of times, will use your names in my examples. 2 reasons I do that. 1, I'm paying attention to you, and I want you to know that I'm paying attention to you, that I appreciate you at my table, and I'm going to acknowledge every one of you each time that you are here, and even sometimes when you're not here, I am still acknowledging you because you are a part of my life at this point. And hopefully for all points into the future. Right? But sometimes I'm making up examples with your name. Sometimes I'm making up examples. I'm not actually. So yesterday I said, you're so busy helping your grandchildren with your homework that you're not taking care of yourself. Well, I have a girlfriend who comes on here with Tea Time. She helps her grandchildren with her homework, but she is also taking care of herself. So that example wasn't directed exactly at her. It was just an example. So don't ever feel like let me say it this way. If you ever feel like, or if you are ever uncomfortable with me using you as an example, let me know. Speak up. Like, girl, get my name out your mouth right now. It's fine. Speak up. I would like to explore that with you if it is a problem, and we can explore it privately. And no one has ever said that to me. My girlfriend did not hear me and call me and be like, Kai, why'd you use me as an example? That's not why I'm saying this. I'm just saying this because I want to, every now and then I throw in little disclaimers to make sure we are all comfortable at the table and we are all being heard correctly, right? And we are all receiving the message the right way. I will always use somebody's name in an example, and the example may have absolutely nothing to do with their real life. Absolutely nothing. Or it may have slight reference to their real life, but not actually their real situation. So like if I was to say, you tired of living with your mama, I could say, Karen, you're tired of living with your mama. However, I know that your mother is not here with us at this point. So I'm obviously, that would be a bad example. Because I wouldn't say that because that might bring up some other pain. Terrible example. I might say you're tired of living with your sister. Okay, you don't have a sister. But the point, you get it. I'm tired. Let's say, for example, I said you're tired of living with your sister, Rose. Yeah, thank you. Rose don't even live with her sister. So it's not a real example. It's just an example, okay? I'm on some stuff. Obviously, I need to go to sleep. Don't ever be offended, please, by anything that I say at the table. And if you are, please bring it to my attention. And when you bring it to my attention, Mama, I may tell you, get over yourself. I may say that. And I may say, if you got a problem with me using examples, then don't come to the table. I may also say that. But I will hear you, and I hope that you will always be at my table. But honestly, we are very real and raw at this table, and if you take offense to anything I say, maybe this is not the table for you. And I'm not talking to anybody specifically. I'm just putting a disclaimer out there for anybody who's listening now and into the future. Oh my God, I'm going to go take a nap, guys. I'm going to go take a nap before all y'all come after me. And where's Steve? And did I see Suli? I think Suli is out on the water. I didn't see Suli. Suli, I think, is out living her best life on the water. All right. You guys have a wonderful, glorious day. I'm going to go take a nap. I love you guys at this table. I love that you're taking care of yourselves, that you recognize the need to take care of yourself. Know where you are right now and be comfortable wherever that is. I'm talking about knitting today, but apply that story to any part of your life. Know where you are. Don't worry about the fact that Rose can whip up a scarf in 5 minutes and Rose can do patterns like crazy patterns. To me, they're crazy. To her, it's nothing. It's child's play. Rose can read the pattern. I didn't even know there was such thing as a pattern in you know what I'm saying it like you, Rose, a pattern in in knitting until she started talking about, oh, Kai, you need to look at it. Look for a pattern for that. Like, what? A pattern? Just knit it. Don't worry about where the next person is. Only worry about where you are. And be comfortable where you are. And know that you may not be where you want to be. Not yet. But if you keep working at it, you will get there. We'll all be here to celebrate. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. Take some time to relax. Take some time to unwind, finish unwinding, get ready for your week, do whatever food prep you need to do whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself mentally and physically ready to get your week started, because Monday is not waiting for you. It's coming. It's coming. Have a wonderful, glorious day. I will see you guys here tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Yes. And I'm going to, I never posted the poll on my page. I am going to post a poll. I do really think I need to move my time to 12. I'll post the poll. And honestly, a poll isn't going to matter. I'm not posting a poll. I just need to switch the time. I love you guys, and I would love to do what you want me to do, but I need to take care of my house and my job before I do anything else. And I really do think it's really important for me to be able to move the tea time to my lunch break rather than my morning break from work. So I am moving tea time. And if you are not able to join me live at noon, my time, 9 PST, please go on later, listen to the talks, add in your comments, because I do go back. Susanna will tell you that, Suli will tell you that. They are very good for going back and listening to talks and leaving comments. Suli be leaving comments like she's there, right? And Susanna too, both of them leave comments like they're there in the moment. I got to read through like, what are they talking about? So I got to go back and listen and see what they were talking about. Please still go back and participate and join us live when you can. But I am moving it to 12 noon, and I will post that today. I think I just need to make that decision. It's going to be better for all of us in this household. And hopefully it will work for you, okay? Have a wonderful day. Wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your distance. Take care of yourself today and always. Have a great day.